Welcome back to Bear Cave Watch Reviews. I'm your host, Papa Bear, and today we're going to be reviewing another one of Invicta's best-selling watches. This is a watch that gets a lot of hate because it looks like a chronograph, but it isn't a true chronograph. A lot of people either love or hate this piece. This watch has a classic Daytona design at a fraction of a cost. And if you know anything about the Daytona, you know that they are very expensive and that the waiting list for a new one can sometimes be 2 years or more. But for less than $100, you can get what's inside this yellow box of goodness. Okay? And this offers something that the Daytona does not offer. And that is a date complication. Now, that may not seem like a big deal to you, but I've asked a lot of watch guys what they would prefer to have. A working chronograph that they are never going to use, or a date window that they can just look down at their wrist and know what day it is. And always people say a date window. So let's get moving and go over some of the basics and get into this box. So let's open it up right here. This is the Invicta 9224 Speedway, which is a Daytona homage, and this is the wonderful packaging that it comes with in the box. We're just going to go ahead and move that out of the way, and let's take a look at this piece. Now, some of the basics. This does have a stainless steel case, bracelet, clasp, 40 millimeter diameter, 13 millimeter thick. The bandwidth is 20 millimeters, and it does have the brushed outer and polished center links with the gold tone application, and of course the pressed steel clasp here with the Invicta logo on the clasp as well as on the side of the case. It does have a screw down crown and screw down pushers to help with its 200 meters of water resistance. Now, this is Japanese quartz movement with the date window. It has a 24-hour subdial, a 60-minute subdial, and a 60-second subdial. And as you see, the second hand is moving. That is what's different from a true chronograph like the Daytona. This is usually stopped here at the 12 until you undo the pusher, click it, and move. Okay. Now, this does come with the Flame Fusion crystal, something that most people don't really care about. It's just another type of mineral crystal. This is a quartz, so it doesn't have a see-through exhibition. Just your standard professional stainless steel, 20 ATMs, Invicta, and of course the model number. Now, this does have the fixed bezel, which this is a really great looking watch. And if you look at it, you see the dial does have some texturing to it, and really playful on the subdials with the gold. So it looks really, really good, okay? And a date window right there at the 4 o'clock. And so just something to look at, but something that you're really going to use. And again, you unscrew pusher here and you hit start, and the second hand starts to move. Second hand is down here and you can see it start ticking. It's about to get to the 10, and I'm just going to let that roll, and you'll see that it is going to keep going until I push this back. And of course, you'll have your minutes and hours on here for as long as you're holding it. So I'm going to stop it here right at the 25. There you go. And it's going to stop. And in order to reset it, I unscrew the bottom pusher and just reset it. And you saw it just tick its way back. And screw them back. And back to water resistance. So a really nice looking watch. Now, this watch, like I said, it's less than $100. The two-tone Daytona will cost you anywhere from $12,000 to $17,000, sometimes even more, depending on the year and different options that it comes with, the face, whether it's platinum, gold, etc. So that's something to think about. And it doesn't have that date complication. Is that enough to go through the love-hate relationship that some people have? Number one, it's an Invicta. Hey, this is a great watch. Don't let that name fool you, okay? I purchased this watch on Amazon, and there will be a link in the description below to take you to that. Basically, this is the best looking and I think nicest looking chronograph in a two-tone execution that you're going to find out there for $100 or less. Okay, just really, really nice looking watch. I'll put it on the wrist in just a minute. Again, I just want to go over some of the basics. Now, the face is very easy to read. It has applied indices at the 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, and 11. It has the Invicta logo, professional 200 meter speedway, and again, the small subdials done in the gold, so just a really classic look and just a really pretty face that you can kind of see there. It's got a reliable quartz movement in there. It wears really great at 40 millimeters and a 20 millimeter band. Now, is it a perfect watch? Nope, not at all. And I will go over the pros and cons. First, let's do a wrist check. I am wearing my Nautis Dive Pro 200. This is not a pro diver. This is a Dive Pro. This is from the Nautis line. Really nice looking watch. And I'm wearing it on a Varios rubber rally strap that I absolutely love. I think it looks really good with it. So I'm going to pop that off, and we're going to put this Daytona on the wrist and go over a couple of the cons of it. And I don't mean con by saying that it is a con of the Daytona, okay? Now, there it is on the wrist. Nice and tight there. It is a little tight. I haven't done the micro adjustments on it, but one of the cons of this watch, number one, has flame fusion crystal, not sapphire. However, for $100, it's a little, not a big deal. Number two, it's not a true chronograph, even though it has the tachometer style bezel. You have the second hand at the 6 o'clock, and that does the actual countdown, and then you have a moving second hand. Another thing that this watch, you got to kind of just go with, it doesn't have solid end links, but again, it's under $100, so it's still pretty good in there. The case is screwed down, and it's actually very well finished. You can see the polishing on it is very nicely done all the way around. They have pretty good quality control on that. So let me just clean this up. Now, the other thing about this, you wear this on your wrist, and you're going to get compliments. I've worn it several times, and people are always saying, man, that's a great looking watch. They'll ask to hold it. I show it to them. They get a good look at that dial and those subdials, and they're like, man, that is a really good looking watch. And they'll say, how much did you pay for it? And when I tell them, they're just like, wow, I would have thought way more than that. So that's also something that I like. It's the Invicta Bracelet. It's not great. This one is in pretty good shape because I don't wear it all the time. If you're a desk diver, you're going to get those scuffs, but still, it's a nice bracelet. Of course, you have other options. You can put a rally strap on it, put a leather strap on it, or if you want to upgrade the actual strap and get a solid end link strap, bracelet that even has the glide lock system like the actual Daytonas have nowadays, you can get that and put that on there. That'd be a nice and easy modification to do to this watch. The other thing that I do love about the watch is that it's available everywhere. You go to Amazon and they have this in the white face, the black face, in the two-tone. I've already reviewed my limited edition one with the silver face, and you can of course get this in the stainless steel, all stainless with the black or stainless steel with the white, which I do also have. So that is something really nice about the watch. Again, you have your pros, you have your cons. Is it a perfect watch? No. Is it a really great watch for $100 or less? Absolutely. Like I said in the introduction, it's not a Daytona, but it does give you the feel of one for a smidgen of the price, okay? I've reviewed several Invicta watches on the channel. I will say this again. They are really great entry-level watches. They can take a beating. They offer classic looks, classic styling at a bargain. So the watch is a winner, and I give it my Bear Cave seal of approval. This is going to be one of the first watches to actually get that saying, because I just think that it's not only a great-looking watch, but a great bang for your buck. And you get this really cool-looking Invicta box that you can do something with. I'm not sure what you would do other than house your watch with it, but there it is. So anyway, that's the Invicta 9224 Speedway, the Daytona homage. As always, thank you for watching. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do that now. Leave a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see on the channel. If there's something in particular that I can bring to the channel that you'd like to see, I will try my hardest to do that. And as always, share the channel with a friend or two so that they can come along for the ride. Again, this is Papa Bear, and we will see you next time.